Sunday, League Cup winners Birmingham drop into the bottom three. Bolton beat Villa to move into sixth. Man City eased to a 1-0 win over Wigan, while Everton beat Newcastle and West Ham edge out of the relegation zone. Now, FIFA President Sepp Blatter says goal line technology will be used at the 2014 World Cup in Brazil if a suitable system is approved in time. Frank Lampard's disallowed goal for England against Germany at the last World Cup sparked the recent interest. Last year, the International Football Association board voted against using technology to show whether the ball has crossed the goal line. But FIFA's now ready to consider using it, so the IFAB will continue testing various systems for another year before making a final decision. Now to the Cricket World Cup, where the match between Sri Lanka and Australia was abandoned because of heavy rain in Colombo. The match was a repeat of the 2007 final, and things got off to a fiery start as Australian fast bowler Shaun Tate had a little bit of a difference of opinion with Sri Lankan opener Dilshan. Tate's mood wasn't improved either as Dilshan pulled out just before he was about to bowl. He had the last word as Dilshan edged to slip. Brilliant fielding by Stephen Smith then had the Sri Lankans on the back foot. A great catch to dismiss Taranga was followed up by a run out. Mahela Jayawardene the victim. But home skipper Kumar Sangakkara's unbeaten 73 steadied the innings. Sri Lanka were 146 for 3 off 32.5 overs when the rains came. Both teams share a point each.
We understand how important this game was for the entire country, how eagerly everyone looked forward to it. And cricket lovers all over the world, it would have been a great game. So, you know, disappointing in that aspect, but also, as a side, 1 point, it's better than no points.
Well, I think we were only one breakthrough away, but saying that, they had batted pretty well, and it would have been a difficult run chase considering the way the wicket was playing. So, yeah, I think it would have been a decent game of cricket.
Now, Sunday's a blockbuster day in Group B. It begins in Chennai, where South Africa play England. The South Africans have won both their games so far and look like one of the strongest teams in the tournament. In contrast, England have had an up-and-down World Cup. A creditable tie against India was followed by that shock defeat to Ireland. South African-born batsman Kevin Pietersen should play, although he's to have a hernia operation after the tournament, meaning he'll miss the Indian Premier League.
There's still opportunity for us to win this World Cup, and there's still opportunity for us to improve and react better to these conditions. We haven't done it so far. We need to do it pretty quickly.
Co-hosts India face Ireland in Sunday's other Group B match. India started the tournament with victory over Bangladesh and were then held by England in that dramatic draw. They'll have to be on their guard, though, against giant killers Ireland. The Irish are on a high after that big win over England, thanks largely to Kevin O'Brien, who recorded the fastest century in World Cup history. Now to tennis, and former winners Spain have reached the quarter-finals of the Davis Cup after their doubles victory over Belgium. 2-0 up after Friday's singles, Fernando Verdasco and Feliciano Lopez brushed aside the Belgium duo of Olivia Roches and Steve Darcis in the doubles. The Spaniards dominated the match, taking it in straight sets to give their team an unassailable 3-0 lead and stay on course for a fifth Davis Cup title. While holders Serbia edged 2-1 in front of India after success in the doubles. India took the first set, but the Serbian pair fought back to claim a 4-6, 6-3, 6-4, 7-6 win. And Serbia's hopes of a place in the quarters against Sweden now rest on Sunday's reverse singles. And that's all the sport for now.
Thanks, Zoe, and stay with us. More news coming up in just a couple of minutes right here on Al Jazeera.
Hello and welcome to another look at the international forecast, and we're starting in the Middle East, where at last we've got temperatures starting to push back up in the right direction. We should see temperatures getting up into the mid-20s once again here in Doha. Similar values to come to for Abu Dhabi. 1 or 2 showers, the possibility just around the southern end of the Red Sea. But I think for most of us, it's going to be a case of hazy sunshine through Sunday and indeed into Monday. Those temperatures starting to edge a little further upwards as we go on through Monday. So 26, 27, certainly a possibility for us plenty of warm sunshine around. Warm sunshine too, stretching across good parts of South Asia. 35, 36 Celsius there from much of India. It's up towards the far north where we still have some wintry flurries to come. More heavy snowfall over the higher ground through Afghanistan. To the south, still a chance of 1 or 2 showers to come for Sri Lanka, but I think as we go on into next week, it should turn increasingly dry and bright. Dry and bright too across much of South Africa. The seasonal showers continue to stretch their way through Angola, Zambia, into Mozambique. Madagascar still seeing some very heavy rain over the next day or so. 23 Celsius there for Antananarivo. Heavy rain continues to cause flooding into a good part of the Amazon basin. More big downpours to come into northern parts of Bolivia and Peru.
A debilitating condition afflicting millions of women across the developing world.
Sometimes it is not possible to cure a patient with fistula. We have to prepare her psychologically.
Revealing the human stories behind fistula and its intimate connection to poverty. A powerful new series exploring global maternal health. Birthrights, at this time on AlJazeera.
Information travels in many ways. Knowledge passes in an instant.
If you want to communicate with those shaping the headlines, this is your chance to ask questions directly to the people making the news. Riz Khan, at this time on AlJazeera.
Setting their sights on Sirte, anti-Gaddafi fighters move in on the Libyan leader's hometown. And rebels lay claim to another critical oil hub, but cash from Ras Lanuf continues to line the regime's coffers. I'm Anand Naidu. You're watching Al Jazeera live from Doha. Also ahead, Egyptian demonstrators call for its secret police headquarters to be demolished in Cairo. And growing instability in Côte d'Ivoire prompts the United Nations to send in another 2,000 peacekeepers. It's just gone 2 o'clock in the morning in Libya. Forces loyal to Muammar Gaddafi are fighting hard to hold on to their territory by pushing opposition fighters out. Scores of people have died in the latest clashes. Now, anti-regime gunmen are trying to advance towards Gaddafi's hometown of Sirte. France and Britain are trying to get a UN Security Council resolution to impose a no-fly zone in the country. Let's run through the very latest. The rebel-controlled city of Azawa came under heavy shelling from pro-Gaddafi forces on Saturday. Tanks were seen on the city's outskirts. A local doctor told Al Jazeera that up to 15 people were killed in the latest violence, while medical supplies are running dangerously low. But in the capital, Tripoli, a very different picture is emerging. State television broadcast interviews of residents going about their normal lives. Many lashed out at the foreign media, saying they were distorting the situation in Libya. And in the opposition stronghold of Benghazi, the head of the newly formed interim council tells Al Jazeera it expects international recognition very soon. This as the city buried some of those killed in an explosion at an arms dump on Friday. That attack is being blamed on Gaddafi's forces. Further to the west, rebels claim to have taken full control of the oil port of Ras Lanuf.